many of you know, we do have some tickets remaining for our party this evening, and this is one of the opportunities to obtain the last of the tickets. When I call for the questions from the floor, could please people go in an orderly manner to the microphone, and the first 20 will, first 20 questions, we'll go ahead and we'll get you a ticket to the party. So let's go ahead and get started. This is actually one of the very few Guild Wars 2-ish questions that we can answer. This was from the community, I believe, from the European community. Are there any plans to explain what happens in the years between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2? And as many people here probably know, there are about 250 years between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, and a lot can happen in 250 years. I am happy to announce, we're kind of breaking the news here at the panel, so this is special for you guys. We have just gone into a deal with Pocket Books, 3-book deal. Pocket Books is a division of Simon & Schuster. And the first book in this 3-book deal will be focused on the time between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. At this point, that's all the news we have to report about it, but it's pretty exciting because we talked to the Pocket Books guys. We originally met with them at Comic-Con, and they were really excited about the lore in our world, and we think it's just great that we've been able to enter into a partnership. So that's the answer to that question. You will get lots of information about the time between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, and one of the main ways will be through the first book in the series. So I'm going to open this up to the next question, up to the rest of the panel. What was the thing that players did in the game that surprised you the most? Penny, why don't we start?
Okay. Well, I think really it's just the amount that people have played. We look at the size of the game that we made, and then we look at all the sort of play stats and what people are doing, and the number of you guys that have played more than 5,000 hours, and the number that have played more than 10,000 hours. It's really impressive, and we're trying sometimes successfully, sometimes with some growing pains, to try to make a game that is worthy of that level of attention. I was struck when the video was playing. I can ramble on here for just a sec. When game developers, when we get to see something like that, it brings back a lot of memories, not just the game, but also the development process. These are years of our lives where people are getting married, having kids, loved ones pass away, new relationships are formed, break up, all kinds of things go on. And we didn't know when we started Guild Wars just how much, not just for us, but also for the players, they were going to choose to live in the game. And that's been a big lesson for us moving forward.
Anyone else for that one? No?
Well, one of the things that impressed me was the amount of lore that they invested, they check out, and discuss. I lurk on the lore forums. I pay attention to what people are talking about. And what intrigues me is how much they key in on some piece that we thought was interesting or a sidelight or a little grace note, a little bit of nuance, and theories will come out, and ideas and concepts. And I love to see these because basically they're helping grow the game. They're helping create the mythos underneath it. One of my favorites was in Nightfall when you have a choice between the 2 acolytes. There was long discussions on some of the forums about which acolyte is better based on their personality as opposed to their profession, and that impressed me.
Okay, let's go to the next one. If you could change one thing in Guild Wars, what would that be?
Okay, so originally I came in halfway through factions. That was my first. I was a player, don't worry, I played through the prophecies when I came into factions. And I designed a lot of Kursic armor, the Kursic NPCs. And they let me test out some player character armor, so I was responsible for the Assassin Exotic. Is that the one with the little spikes? I forget the name for it. All the little, it looks like a walking pincushion, right? Okay. Looked female, but the male version of that had some straps on the side. Didn't translate so well on that one, did it? So this might not be the groundbreaking thing like everybody was whispering jumping, but the problem is once you actually have somebody earn that armor, you can't go in and change the armor that they spend so many hours doing things. So we've got all this skin showing on the guys, and if I could do that over, handle that up.
I think I wish I could have made more pets for players. Because I really like pets and dogs.
Katie was actually really heroic in terms of getting a lot of those things in. But we weren't always able to budget as much time for that stuff as we maybe should have. And a lot of times she would work extra hours in order to create a lot of those pets. And a lot of the unusual ones were just fun things she wanted to do. Wow. You know, as a designer, you look back on the stuff that you've done, and you just see a lot of flaws, a lot of things that you wish you could do better and start overs without turning this into a litany of little things. I think I would try to make sure that all the titles, all of that kind of stuff, match the content in terms of scope. There are some, and fortunately, I think we're going to be able to fix some of that stuff moving forward. Where, you know, cursor title, for example. The amount of time it would take to get that has nothing to do with the amount of gameplay that's associated with it. So, you know, we definitely fixed that. And I think, kind of in conjunction with that, it's a big thing that we're able to address now. Would have had a dedicated live team on the game sooner.
Okay. Now, I know it's absolutely taboo to rewrite lore, but if you could rewrite lore, is there anything you guys would, go ahead.
I would have redeemed Abaddon. That was one of the things when we were originally doing the story for Nightfall. We talked about, you know, will Abaddon be ultimately destroyed, or will we find a way to redeem him and to bring him back? And we examined it, we turned it over, and saw how it would go over in gameplay, and came back to it again and again, and we decided at the end we had to kill him. But given another chance and a different set of resources, I think I would have gone for redemption.
Mine isn't lore-based, but I would have, if I had a magic wand and no names, I would have redone some of the faction's voice acting.
Fair enough. All right, let's turn it around. What are you most proud of in the game?
Are you always going to start with mine?
Unless you have nothing to say.
I'm proud of a lot of things because in designing character armor, it's actually very individual. I see all of the, like for example, the professions in Nightfall. I did the elementalists and the monk professions for all of their outfits throughout Nightfall. And so I can see in scope what their entire group designer line needs to look like for the game, but individually, it's this monk has to wear an outfit that looks like it's a monk. It also has to fit with the environment that it's going to be in. It probably is influenced by this other culture that has some magic stuff, but it also has its design on it. So it's like there's all kinds of a list of things that must be representative in any of these armors. So individually, I look at the armors and to try to be able to come up with something successful based off of all of these requirements, something that really fits the game, really fits the art direction, is appropriate for the professions, has a lot of diable areas for you guys, works with the meshes of any other pieces that you'll ever mix and match with, of any other campaign we've ever done. So there's a lot of things that are challenges for that, and really to be able to design that and still have something that at the end of the day, when it's all together, you know, that's it. It's kind of cute. I like that. Okay, that's a full set. That's what I'm proud of. That with all of these different things that must be represented, you can still come up with something that somebody is going to spend how many hours trying to grind away to try to earn.